Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Kyle Richards' estranged husband Mauricio Umansky may have been the one who was caught kissing someone new in paparazzi photos, but it didn't take long for the chatter to turn back to Kyle once she was spotted backstage at Morgan Wade's concert a few days later. As a result, Tabloid started speculating that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member was using Morgan to make Mauricio jealous. She sounded off on the accusation during season 14, episode 14 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show. "I have no interest in retaliating, and Ma doesn't even get jealous, so it doesn't really matter," Kyle said. What's more, the primary reason she was at Morgan's concerts is because she had a planned appearance. "Regardless, I had gone to lots of different shows before," Kyle added. "It had nothing to do with that. He would never care or be jealous of that, ever." She made a similar clarification on RHOBH, telling Doric Kemsley, "Let's be honest, the whole joke of it all is he doesn't even get jealous anyway. If I'm going to make him jealous, it would be a lot more than the way I was in those photos." After Kyle denied the notion that she was trying to make Mauricio jealous, her RHOBH castmates weighed in on the matter. Dorrit, for her part, said, "When I first saw the picture of Kyle side stage at Morgan's concert, my first thought was it could be interpreted in so many ways. That Ma was splashed all over and Kyle wanted to show publicly that she's doing fine, she's good, she looks great. I wouldn't blame her," Bazoma St. John chimed in. "I feel like it's a tit for tat. Okay, let's keep going. See, now that's some honesty for you. I would be the one." Sutton Strack had a theory of her own, noting, "I said to Kyle, it seems to me that you and Mo use the paparazzi to fight. Like that's their way of communication." As for Kyle's thoughts on all the speculation, she concluded, "At this point, nothing surprises me. So I'm not annoyed, I'm not shocked, I'm just like, I see you." Though Kyle was initially shocked by the photos of Mauricio kissing another woman, the exes are on good terms today. Most recently, she shared an update on his health after he was in a skiing accident in Aspen. The housewife and musician remain close friends, taking vacations to South Africa and attending events together. Kyle was also asked about her friendship with Morgan on the RHOBH season 14 premiere, to which she said, "All the tabloids, all the stories out there. I know there's a lot of curiosity about the person they always talk about. I'm not using her name intentionally. I don't want to speak on anyone's behalf except my own. But right now there's just nothing to say," Kyle added. "I mean, I wish I had some story to say, but that's just not what it is." In the ever-twisting saga of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, few storylines have captured attention quite like the evolving dynamic between Kyle Richards, her estranged husband Mauricio Umansky, and country singer Morgan Wade. Rumors have been swirling for over a year. Is Kyle's tight-knit friendship with Morgan just that? Or was there a deeper motive, perhaps even a carefully calculated move to make Mauricio jealous? Now, in an ACLUSID sit-down with us, Kyle is finally ready to set the record straight. And in true Beverly Hills fashion, the truth is layered, complicated, and absolutely headline-worthy. To understand Kyle's alleged jealousy plot, we need to rewind to late 2023, when cracks in Kyle and Mauricio's seemingly picture-perfect marriage started to show. After over 2 decades together, raising 4 daughters, and building an empire that spanned reality TV, real estate, and tequila, the power couple found themselves living increasingly separate lives. Mauricio's Dancing with the Stars stint highlighted the marital tension, with Kyle admitting on RHOBH that watching her husband dance intimately with Emma Slater made her feel weird, even though they were technically separated. But behind the scenes, some sources close to the family claimed it wasn't just Mauricio's moves on the dance floor making Kyle uneasy. It was the growing public scrutiny of her bond with Morgan Wade. When Kyle started popping up alongside Morgan Wade at concerts, in Instagram posts, even in Morgan's steamy music video, fans were quick to speculate. Was this a genuine friendship or a way for Kyle to signal to Mauricio that two could play the attention game? Kyle, who has never shied away from addressing tabloid chatter, tells us with a wry smile, "I knew people would talk. I'm not naive. But what people don't understand is that Morgan became my lifeline when everything in my life was crumbling." Still, even Kyle admits the optics were messy. "I won't lie and say there wasn't a part of me that wondered how Mauricio would react," she concedes. When you've been married that long, you know exactly how to push each other's buttons, and sometimes you do it without even meaning to. So, did Kyle deliberately flaunt her closeness with Morgan to get under Mauricio's skin? I didn't use Morgan, Kyle insists. But I also won't pretend I didn't think. Well, if Mauricio sees me happy and laughing with someone else, maybe he'll realize what he's losing. That's human nature. That's being hurt and confused and wanting your partner to fight for you. However, Kyle is quick to emphasize that Morgan was never a pawn. Morgan is one of the most important people in my life now, whether people believe that's platonic or romantic or somewhere in between. Our connection is real. It's not a storyline. Still, insiders close to both Kyle and Mauricio suggest the lines between reality and reality TV were very blurred. One source close to production spills, there were definitely times it felt like Kyle was turning up the volume on her friendship with Morgan for the cameras, especially when Mauricio started being photographed with younger women. Kyle doesn't play the victim well, she plays to win. While Mauricio has remained relatively tight-lipped about Kyle and Morgan, those close to him say the pairing left him blindsided. Mauricio never thought Kyle would be the one to step out emotionally first, a source reveals. Seeing his wife become this edgy, tattooed, motorcycle-riding version of herself, with Morgan leading the charge, it rattled him. Mauricio reportedly asked Kyle directly if something was happening between her and Morgan, to which Kyle responded, "We're close, but it's complicated." Not exactly the reassurance a longtime husband wants to hear. Of course, there was jealousy, the insider adds. Mauricio is not some robot, but he also knows Kyle better than anyone, and he knew if she was pulling away, it wasn't just because of Morgan. It was because of years of resentment building up. Kyle's bond with Morgan hasn't just shifted her marriage. It's redefined her public persona. Long the polished Beverly Hills housewife, Kyle is now embracing a more rebellious, authentic side. Tattoos, cowboy boots, and late nights at honky-tonk bars have replaced her usual power lunches and charity galas. People act like I woke up one day and decided to become a different person, Kyle laughs. But I'm still me. I'm just not editing myself anymore to fit into a box that made everyone else comfortable. As for how Mauricio feels about this version of Kyle, I think he's still trying to figure her out, says a mutual friend. They grew up together in a sense, but now they're growing apart, and that's scary for both of them. We also reached out to Morgan Wade, who rarely addresses her connection with Kyle directly. In a brief response, Morgan said, "Kyle doesn't need to use anyone to get attention. She's Kyle ***ing Richards. However, Morgan did admit that the scrutiny has affected their friendship. It's hard to just exist as friends when the whole world wants to make you something else. But I care about Kyle. I'll ride with her no matter what." With RHOBH cameras rolling, Kyle and Mauricio's separation, and Kyle's evolving relationship with Morgan, will undoubtedly remain a focal point. But Kyle insists her priority is finding herself, not making anyone jealous. "I spent so many years being Mauricio's wife and the perfect Beverly Hills mom. I lost parts of myself along the way. If finding those pieces again makes people uncomfortable, so be it." As for her future with Mauricio, Kyle pauses before answering. "I'll always love him, but I also love this new chapter of my life. If we can find a way to love each other in this new version, great. If not, I'll still have love for him. That's not going anywhere." So, did Kyle Richards use Morgan Wade to make Mauricio jealous? The answer is complicated. A little bit yes, a little bit no, and a whole lot of emotions in between. But if there's one thing Kyle wants fans to know, it's this: I'm not playing games. I'm living my life. And for the first time in a long time, I'm living it for me.